I am Tara Jayalakshmi, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Grade College, HSR Layout. Welcome to the subject Corporate Environment. Under Corporate Environment, the main topic is Formation of Company. In Formation of Company, in this session, I will be introducing you the meaning of a company, the features of company. Before I start with the meaning of company, now let us know what is the reason for forming a company. So, forming a company, the drawbacks of sole proprietorship and partnership led to formation of a company. What are the drawbacks is the drawback of sole proprietorship and partnership. What is sole proprietorship? When a business is carried out by a single person, we call it as sole proprietorship. And in case of partnership, when a business is started by two or more persons, then we call it as partnership. But sole proprietorship and partnership both have drawbacks. What are these drawbacks is unlimited liability. Unlimited liability means if the debts are more, then the partners and the sole proprietor has to bear all the debts, all the liabilities to the extent where their personal asset will also be affected. Next is low capital. How much an individual can contribute to a business? To the extent of his capacity, he can contribute. So this is the same in case of partnership. How much the partner can contribute to their capacity, they will contribute. But it is if you just accumulate an individual's capital, it will be low. So that is one of the drawbacks, low capital. Next is not perpetual. The perpetual means continuous existence. That is called perpetual. Not perpetual means it is not continuous existence. Why? Because if in case of sole proprietor, if that businessman dies, the business comes to an end. In case of partnership as well, if there is a disagreement between a partner or a quarrel between the partner, the business, it will have an effect on business. The business will be closed. So that is called not perpetual. So because of these drawbacks, companies formed. Now what is a company? See, company means it's a joint stock company. It's a very large company. Why we call very large company? Because the member of the company or the owner of the company are more in numbers or large in numbers. And it is not formed just in one day. Or I have a thought of starting a company means it cannot be started in just a fraction of time. It has to undergo with lot of legal formalities. It has to fulfill all the legal formalities and the company is formed. So what is a company is? A company is an artificial person. It is created by law, having a separate legal entity, perpetual succession and a common cell. Company is an artificial person. Why we call artificial person? Because it has got a separate legal entity and it is created by law. In the eyes of law, we treat the company as a person, but we cannot say it is a natural person. So we are naming it as artificial person. Next, having a separate legal entity means it has got its own existence. That's why we call it as separate legal entity. Perpetual succession. Perpetual succession means continuous existence. See, the company is always managed by the directors who will invest in the company or buying the equity shares. They all become the owner of the company. The death of a director of a company does not have any effect on the closure of the company. One more director as a CEO, he'll be appointed. So that will not have any effect on the company's closure or a business. So there will be a change of a director. So it has a continuous existence. See, always a company is formed with all the legal formalities. And if it has to close, then again it has to close down with all the legal formalities only. Then the company will close. Next is a common seal. See, I as a person, if I have to enter into an agreement or into a contract, I have to sign. Only then I can enter into a contract. But in case of a company, how a company will be entering into a contract? That is by using a common seal. So wherever the company enter into a contract or into an agreement or accepts a proposal or rejects a proposal, it will use common seal. So this is the meaning of company. Company, a joint stock company is useful for the whole nation as well, for the whole country as well, it is useful. Why? Because since the business is carried out in a larger scale and there are large number of people, it is useful for the country. Now let us know the joint definition of joint stock company. The Companies Act 2013. See, previously we had Companies Act 1956. The Company Act 1956, now you have, after several amendments, now we have Companies Act 2013. So the whichever company currently which is operated now has to abide by the rules given by the should be according to the Companies Act 2013, and all the companies has to adhere to the rules of Companies Act 2013. So what is the definition given by 2013 is, it says the joint stock company means a company formed and registered under this act or under any previous company's laws. So that means what? A company which is registered under the act, we call it as, under this act, is called as a company. Next definition, according to Justice Marshall, a company is an artificial being. So as I explained why we call artificial person, we cannot call a natural person. It is an artificial being, invisible, intangible and existing only in contemplation of law. Why we say it is invisible or intangible? See, if I just say that Infosys company or Reliance company, can you see it physically? No, it is intangible and invisible, but in the eyes of law, it is an artificial person. In contemplation of law, it is a company which is visible, existing only in the eyes of the law. So you cannot see it physically or tangibly, you cannot see, it is not tangible. But in the eyes of law, a company is formed and it is treated as an artificial. Now let us know the features of company. Firstly, it is an incorporated association. It is incorporated association means the company is not formed in fraction of one day or blinking of eyes. The company is not formed. The company is formed by all the legal formalities. When all the legal formalities are fulfilled and when it is registered under the Companies Act, only then the company is formed. That is called incorporated association. Second point, voluntary association. Voluntary association means if anyone or want to become a owner of a company, then it is a voluntary. Nobody is forcing that person to invest in the company. If I want to buy the share of Reliance company, I want to become a shareholder of a Reliance company, nobody is forcing me to invest. It is the members' decision. So it is a voluntary association of person. Third point, it is an artificial person. So it is an artificial person. Why we call it as an artificial person? As it is created by law, and it is not a natural person, we call it as a natural, we call it as an artificial person, and it has got its own existence. Next is separate legal entity. Separate legal entity means the company's management and the owners are two different things. So the company is managed by few people. Those are called as the directors, and the company is formed by the company's point of view, as the company has its own existence. So it has got a separate legal entity. It has got its own existence, and it is separate from the management and the owner. Next is limited liability. In joint stock company, one of the features of a company and the advantages of a company is limited liability. Limited liability means only to the extent of the shares that is held by the members, only to that extent the shareholders are liable. That is called as limited liability. If I own a share in Reliance company, if I own 500 shares, if a company is undergoing any loss, then I will be bearing loss only to the extent of 500, not more than that. Next is separation of ownership and management. So as I said, the company has got its own legal entity, separate legal entity, and there is a separation of ownership and management. See, if I become the owner of the Reliance, if I invest shares in the company, Reliance company, now I am the owner, but am I managing the company? No. The management is done by a separate group of people which is being elected by the shareholder itself. They are called the directors. They will be managing the company. If to become a director, again there are certain rules, the certain condition that has to be met. So if I owning more than 50%, then I will have an opportunity to become a director. So that you will be learning in coming chapters. Next is transferability of shares. Transferability of shares is, if I had told you the example of the Reliance, I own a share of 500. Now that 500 share, if I want to transfer it or sell the share to some other person, then I can transfer the share to other person. So that is one of the features of a company. You can transfer the share or sell the share to other person. Next is common sale. As I said, if a company want to enter into contract or come out of the contract, or then the company is using the common sale. This is how the company will be representing itself. Next is perpetual existence. This is already explained. The death of a director will not have any effect on the closure of a company. If a company has to close down with all the legal formalities by giving a notice, then by conducting the meeting with all the legal formalities, it will come down. It is not an easy task to come to an end. So the company has a perpetual existence. The men may go or come. The company would remain forever. Next, separate property. See, company has a separate property. Why we say is, now I said I invested 500 shares in Reliance company. If Reliance company is purchasing any land, I cannot say that I have purchased a land. So it is a company which is purchased the land. It has got, if a company is purchasing in its name, that all belongs to company, not to the shareholders or the management cannot say that I own a land. It's all company's land. So separate property. 11th point is delegated management. Delegated management is, it is managed by a directors, and the directors will have a will delegate their work by conducting the meeting. Next is regulated by rules. See, companies, every action of a company, or if the company has to enter into a contract, then it is regulated by rules. So it is always, the company is formed by a rules, it will come to an end by a rules, it has to carry out its business by adhering to the rules, by, so it is called regulated by rules. Company has a right to sue and to be sued. If any allegation from the outsiders against the company, then the outsider or a third party can file a case against the company. The company will also have the same right. If a company is getting any discrepancy, any conflict from other person, then the company also has a right to sue. Next, last point, the joint capital contribution. Giant means a large capital contribution, as the member of a company are in large number, the capital we can expect is a huge capital. So this was about the features of company. I hope you have understood what is the meaning of company and the features of company. And these are my references. If you want further more information, you can refer this. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it is very helpful.